Hello guys! Today we are gonna see 21 of the most promising upcoming action role-playing games from indie developer. We start with Twilight Monk. It's a captivating Metroidvania RPG that immerses players in the richly crafted world of Speria. As the last descendant of ancient kung fu warriors, players embark on a quest to recover the 3 rings of the Triskelion. The game features intricately designed dungeons, each holding secrets and areas that require new skills to access. Players will explore these dungeons, uncover hidden treasures, solve puzzles, and engage in combat with various enemies. Players can level up their character, gain new abilities, and use the mysterious artifact known as the Phantom Pillar for platforming, combat, and puzzle solving. Vigilancer 2099 is a third-person open-world cyberpunk bounty hunting game that immerses players in a densely populated megablock. As a Vigilancer, players can customize their character's appearance, cybernetics, and playstyle to suit their survival tactics. Inspired by classics like Blade Runner, Vigilancer 2099 combines elements of stealth, combat, and exploration to create a thrilling and immersive experience. Players can use a variety of weapons, gadgets, and cybernetic enhancements to complete their missions. The game also features a deep progression system, allowing players to upgrade their skills and equipment as they progress. Alabaster Dawn is a 2.5D action from the creators of Crosscode. The game features a fast-paced and stylish combat system inspired by action games like Devil May Cry and Kingdom Hearts. Players can wield a variety of elements, weapons, and combat arts, allowing for a wide range of combat possibilities and combinations. In addition to combat, Alabaster Dawn offers a rich world filled with puzzles and secrets to discover. Players are encouraged to explore the game's environments, uncovering hidden paths and solving puzzles that reward them with valuable items and upgrades. Detained Too Good for School is a 2D action RPG where you play as a delinquent schoolgirl navigating the bustling metropolis of Swinster City. The game combines elements of beat-em-up combat with RPG mechanics, allowing players to engage in street fights, work part-time jobs, and explore the open world. The protagonist, freshly released from jail, can choose to fight for justice or join the criminal underworld, with her choices shaping the future of the city. In addition to combat, players can engage in various activities such as dating, shopping, and interacting with NPCs. The protagonist can also improve her abilities by working out at the gym, studying in the library, or hanging out with friends in bars and clubs. Forsaken Realms Vahrin's Call is an upcoming story-driven action RPG that's set in the high fantasy world of Leda. Players take on the role of a mercenary traveling toward the war-torn city of Vahrin. The game features a rich narrative, with players uncovering lost secrets, plundering abandoned treasures, and overcoming vicious foes as they aid the remaining inhabitants of Vahrin. The gameplay emphasizes exploration, combat, and character customization, allowing players to tailor their playstyle with a variety of magical spells, unique skills, and diverse weapons. Players can choose to be a nimble-footed archer flinging fireballs between arrows or an axe-wielding whirlwind of death. World of Magic. Rise of Magic is an upcoming RPG that's set in a high fantasy world where players take on the role of a wizard. The game features a revolutionary magic system that enhances immersion, allowing players to cast spells in an interactive way. The storyline is engaging, with players making choices that significantly influence the world and the plot. The game also boasts advanced AI for select NPCs, who will remember your fighting style and spells during long battles, adding a layer of strategy to the gameplay. The game offers a variety of play styles, from wielding powerful spells to engaging in close combat. Rogue Labyrinth is an action-packed roguelite narrative adventure where players fight through a monster-filled labyrinth created by an eccentric billionaire colonist. The game features procedurally generated rooms with over 100 combinations, 50-plus unique monsters, and 7 rivals. Players can make friends or enemies with rivals, employees, fans, and monsters to improve their abilities. The game emphasizes a narrative-driven experience, with players' actions and choices influencing the storyline. The game also features a variety of biomes, each with unique monsters and bosses, ensuring a diverse and challenging experience. Netherworld Covenant is an action roguelite game. In this dark fantasy 3D isometric game, players control a survivor of a catastrophic disaster, wielding the ethereal torch, a forbidden artifact that bridges the mortal realm and the Netherworld. The gameplay focuses on precision combat and strategic use of the Soul Companion system, where players utilize the souls of fallen comrades to conquer formidable adversaries. Players will engage in battles alongside a variety of empowered spirits, deftly evading attacks while seeking opportunities to strike down foes. The game features combo attacks, parry, dodge, and dimensional traversal mechanics. Light No Fire is an ambitious open-world game developed by Hello Games, the creators of No Man's Sky. Set on a fantasy planet the size of Earth, the game combines elements of adventure, building, survival, and exploration. Players are free to roam the vast, procedurally generated world, encountering diverse biomes, creatures, and challenges. The game emphasizes player creativity and resourcefulness, allowing for extensive base building, crafting, and customization. Players must gather resources, craft tools, and build shelters to survive in the harsh environment. The game features a deep progression system, with skill trees and abilities that can be unlocked as players advance. Last Moon is a visually stunning fantasy action RPG inspired by the classics of the 90s. The game is set in a mesmerizing, vast, and ruined world where the moon is falling and malicious creatures have appeared, plunging the world into chaos. Players take on the role of a lunar knight, tasked with saving the world from lunar corruption by exploring interconnected paths, facing tainted creatures, and upgrading their abilities. The game features smooth and tuned controls, a deep progression system, and a variety of unique monsters and bosses to fight. Players must dodge, block, and slay corrupted creatures while upgrading their powers and forging weapons. Echoes of Mystralia is a roguelite action RPG that puts all the power in your hands. Players take on the role of a mage who must create and refine their own spells to carve their path and save the world from the shadows of the past. The game features a deep spell crafting system, allowing players to combine different elements and effects to create an infinite variety of spells. The world is procedurally generated, ensuring that each playthrough is unique and filled with new challenges and secrets to discover. Players must explore interconnected paths, face off against a variety of unique monsters and bosses, and upgrade their abilities to become more powerful. Skydust is an action-adventure game set in a cyberpunk universe where society has collapsed following a global disaster. Players take on the role of a mercenary navigating a morally ambiguous world, where powerful individuals hire them for various tasks, with data trafficking in the cyberverse being the most common. The game features a unique setting and engaging storyline, immersing players in a captivating world filled with high-stakes missions and transformative journeys. Players must dodge, parry, and strike at the right moment to defeat enemies with a variety of moves and abilities. The game is divided into two universes, the real world and the virtual world. Both collapsed after the global disaster. Withering Realms is a horror action RPG set in the mysterious town of Penwell, where players take on the role of a ghost named Clover and her doll guardian. The game is set in 1926, 10 years after an immense occult event halted the Great War and transformed the world overnight. Players will explore the sprawling graveyards, tombs, caves, and rotting estates surrounding Penwell, seeking a way to bring Clover back to life. Players must craft weapons and machines to slot into the doll's missing right arm, such as the pivoting greatsword, chain rock, machine gun, or flamethrower. Additionally, players can make allies who will do anything to uncover Penwell's dark secret. Shape of Dreams is a unique game that blends action roguelike with MOBA-style gameplay. Players venture into the dream world and edit their heroes' memories to create their own champion. The game features a procedurally generated world, ensuring that each playthrough is unique and filled with new challenges and secrets. Players can face all challenges solo or play with friends in up to 4-player co-op mode, making it a versatile and engaging experience. Players can edit their memories to create unique characters, using past memories in combat to defeat enemies. The game also includes a variety of difficulty options and a permanent upgrade system, allowing players to enjoy the game regardless of their skill level. Dragonkin the Banished is an action RPG that immerses players in a world threatened by draconic forces. The gameplay is heavily inspired by popular action RPGs like Diablo and Path of Exile, featuring chaotic combat and build maximization at its core. Players can choose from various hero classes, each with unique combat styles and abilities, such as the Knight, Oracle, and Barbarian. The game introduces a unique mechanic called the Ancestral Grid, where players collect fragments containing abilities and modifiers, which can be placed on the grid to create powerful combinations. Players can engage in endgame activities like dungeon purification, which involves grinding for loot and enhancing their characters.
Legend stands alone.
Conquest Dark is an action RPG that's set in a dark fantasy world where players engage in intense combat and strategic gameplay. Players can choose from various legendary classes, such as the Barbarians of the Lion, the Oak Keepers, and the Acolytes of Ku, each with unique abilities and powers. The core gameplay revolves around dark ritual runs, where players battle endless hordes of enemies across haunting ruins and cursed kingdoms. These runs offer a rapid progression curve, allowing players to unlock powerful abilities, legendary armor, and unique weapons as they advance. Players must master the dark rituals to decide humanity's fate in the shadow of the Black Planet.
Your end is written.
Rubinite is a dark fantasy boss rush action game that immerses players in a pixel art world. The game follows Ruby, a princess who has escaped from the Scarlet Kingdom, on her journey through a series of challenging boss battles. The unique focus mechanic allows players to pinpoint enemies' weaknesses and execute precise thrust attacks, adding a strategic layer to the fast-paced combat. The game's visual style and atmospheric soundtrack enhance the dark fantasy theme. Players must master the timing and execution of their attacks to defeat a variety of formidable bosses that need different approaches to defeat them. Rise of Rebellion is an upcoming 3D action RPG that's set in a world where people worship God and the land where God dwells. Players take on the role of a hero fighting to reclaim their invaded hometown. The combat system is primarily melee-based, with swords as the main weapon. However, players can also harness the power of May, an energy derived from the earth, to gain an advantage in battle. The strategic use of May adds depth to the gameplay, as overusing it can lead to temporary incapacitation due to the wrath of the god of the earth. The game emphasizes the tension of confronting strong enemies and mastering deep tactics in melee combat. Metal Bringer is an upcoming roguelike action-adventure game. In this game, Players control humanoid labor and giant arms to uncover the mysteries of the world. The story revolves around a young girl named Surya, who wakes up in a laboratory after being in cryosleep for 1,000 years. To search for the rest of humanity, she builds labor with her trusty buds and sends them off to investigate. The game features highly customizable player characters and arms, allowing players to change the color, appearance, and fighting styles of their creations. Players can also obtain enemy arms parts and analyze blueprints to unlock various customization options. Mandragora is a 2.5D side-scrolling action RPG that blends Metroidvania and Souls-like elements, set in a dark fantasy world. Players navigate through a painterly world filled with horrific monsters and challenging bosses. The game emphasizes exploration, with interconnected levels that require players to use their skills and abilities to unlock new areas and secrets. Players will need to master a variety of weapons and abilities to defeat enemies and bosses. The game also features a unique mechanic called the Witch Lantern, which allows players to enter the dark realm of entropy and manipulate reality to solve puzzles and overcome obstacles.
Kill passengers and trees.
AI Limit is a post-apocalyptic sci-fi action RPG. The game is set in a world ravaged by natural disasters and wars, where civilization has collapsed, and a mysterious substance called mud has caused monsters to emerge. Players take on the role of Alyssa, a blader with a regenerated body, who embarks on a perilous journey through the last city of Mankind Haven's Well. The game's narrative is deeply intertwined with its gameplay, offering a rich and immersive experience. Players will need to master a variety of weapons and abilities to defeat formidable enemies and bosses. The game also emphasizes strategic thinking and precise timing, as players must learn enemy patterns and adapt their tactics accordingly.
Please proceed with courage.
So that is the video. Which game that catches your eye? Please let me know in the comment. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video.